Yes, sir. Start the recording. So this is the program we are going to do. Just open exercise 2 conditional statements. Here we are going to calculate the average of your course and you are going to find the grade of your course. So this is the given problem. You will be writing a MATLAB script that will compute and display students' grade in a course. And the student will have to give the input, his grades for the test 1 and test 2 and the final examination. So these are the inputs, sir. Test 1, test 2 and final exam. These three are the inputs. Means midterm 1, midterm 2 and the final exam, sir. Or else test 1 is nothing but midterm 1, test 2 is nothing but quiz and the final exam. And the evaluation pattern is test 1, test 2 each carries 30% weightage out of 100. Test 1 and test 2 carries 30% each. So 60% will be covered from test 1 and test 2. And the for final examination we are considering 40%. Okay. So altogether it's coming to 100% now. And while calculating the course average, you are not supposed to give some 78.5 or 83.6. You have to make a round figure, so you have to use the function round here, okay. And at the end the program will output the statement. So in the print command you have to show your course average is some 70% or 80%. So it has to show in the output your course average is some 70 or 60 and followed by the rounded course average, means your course average is 70, okay. And the program will then output the statement your course grade is. How to calculate the grade? By following these statements. If it is greater than or is equal to 90, it has to show A. 80 to 89 it has to show B. 70 to 79 it has to show C. So it follows as like this. So if it falls 75 it has to show C grade here. So with these given data, now you have to answer, sir, what are the inputs and outputs in this program? What are the inputs?
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Test 1 and test 2 will be the inputs.
And final exam also, sir.
And final exam.
Yeah, that three are the inputs. What are the outputs here?
Output will be A grades, A, B, C, D.
Not only grade, course average also you are calculating, no, sir?
So that average will be displayed or only the grades will be displayed?
Both will be displayed, sir.
Both.
So both course average and the course grade, both are the outputs here, okay? So in MATLAB, create a new script file and write your program. Test the program. When it is finished, then have your instructor verify that the program works. Okay. Just you have to write and execute your program now. Okay. Sir, open the drive. Okay. Introduction to MATLAB. This is our drive, and the problem statement is given in exercise 2 here. Okay, it is given the lecture files then. Okay, in the lecture material I have uploaded. Okay, exercise 2. Exercise 1 is completed, right? By using if else if functions, we have written the resistance resistance calculations, right? Resistance value calculation. In the exercise 1 we have done it, and here we are finding the grade here in the exercise 2. It is open and its solution is also uploaded here, sir. You check it once. Exercise 1 solution is given. This is exercise 1. Resistance calculation and some other programs are also executed there, and the solution is given here. One conditional statement, and in the second one, two programs we are going to execute. One is grading problem, another one is categorization of the BP, right? Blood pressure. So just I will explain the program. So this file you have to open. Two conditional statements. Okay. Two conditional statements. Just open the program. Just open that window and you open the new script. Try to write the commands, sir, one by one. Okay. So here today's task is to find the grade calculation, and another one is the categorization of the BP. So I have given both the programs in this document only. Just comment the second program now. I have commented it, and uncomment the first one. Here. So this is a uncommenting, means it will not be executed, sir. Now you are writing a function, right? So this is a syntax for function, sir. Function, you are giving some name for your function. What you are doing, final grade calculation or function, anything you can write. Final grade calculations I am writing. Final grade calculation. Okay. Every function we are giving a name here, and inputs will be there. These three are the inputs, and what are the outputs? These are the outputs are here. I will show you. First, test 1. So this is a way to give the input command. This is a syntax. Input of, you are using the parenthesis here, bracket. What is your test 1 grade? Okay. What is your test 1 grade? You are entering this command. And in the second input is the test 2 input, right? Percentage means everything is calculated for 100% now. In the test 1 out of 100 you are getting some 50. In the test 2 out of 100 you are getting some 70. And in the test examination, final examination, out of 100 you are getting some 70. So all you are giving as an input here. Test 1 input command, test 2 input command, test 3 and then input command. Okay. But now out of 100, how much percentage you are giving for the final evaluation? Okay, that is our task now. How you are calculating the final grade? Okay, final grade final mark calculation here, final percentage calculation. So again, test 3 I am considering. From the test 1 input, whatever the values or percentage you are getting in the test 1, from that 30% has to be considered. So simply I am writing, multiplying with 0.3. It's nothing but 30%. Out of one scale we are taking, so 0.3 we are multiplying. And test 2 is also how much percentage, sir, we have to consider? Midterm 1 30%, midterm 2 again 30%. So 0.3. Test 2 is the input. From that we are taking 0.3 percentage. So that you are naming it as a test 4. Okay. And midterm 1, modified midterm values, we are considering it as test 3. Modified midterm 2, we are considering it as a test 4. And in the final examination, what is the percentage we are considering?
40.
40, right? And this multiplication is element to element multiplication we are considering, sir. You have to note element to element multiplication, right? Here exam is the input. Exam is the input. So from that you are taking the 40% and you are naming it as the exam 2. Okay. Then and what is the final value here? Final is equal to test 3 means 30% of the test 1, midterm 1, test 4 30% of the midterm 2, and exam 2 40% of the end examination. 40% of the end examination. Altogether, you are considering it as a final percentage calculation, right? Final percentage calculation. And why you are using round here? Round.
To round off the values.
Yeah, if you are getting some point decimal value 78.3, it will show you the 78 only, right? So now percentage is calculated, sir. Your final course percentage is calculated. Now, based on that percentage, so we have to follow these conditions. If it is greater than or is equal to 90, A, 80 to 89, B, 70 to 79, C, 60 to 69, D. And if it is less than 60, fail. So, now you are, after this, you are printing here, sir. You are printing your value. Printing your value here.
Input grade will Hello?
Yes, sir.
Input will be the grade, na?
Yes, sir. Input will be the grade of your internal midterm. Midterm 1, midterm 2, and the final examination.
Then how it will be converted to
Yeah, I will explain you, sir. Sir, till now, how many tasks that have been assigned for introduction to programming, sir? Assignment 1 means Python programming. Again, MATLAB 1 assignment, MATLAB 2 assignment, and midterm 1 you have given already. I have conducted one quiz, right? But at the end, if I have to give 100 out of 100 marks only for you, no? Introduction to programming. Then I will decide from midterm it is conducted for 20, but how much percentage I have to consider from them, right? So this is the grading system here. Midterm, here we have considered only 3 exams, and that 3 are conducted, let us suppose 3 are conducted for the 100, 100, 100, midterm 100, midterm 200, midterm end examination 100 marks. Out of that, for calculating the total grade, 30% you are considering from the midterm 1, 30% you are considering from the midterm 2, and from the 40% you are considering the final examination. All together you are giving as a grade for the complete subject. Okay. And if
Hello?
yes, sir.
Sir, this regarding test 3, you have mentioned test 3 is equal to test 1. But here we have only test 1, 2 and exam.
Yes.
So, what does it mean test 3 and test 4, sir?
Okay. Sir, test 1 is the I have conducted midterm 1 for 100 marks, sir.
Right, agreed.
Right? But I am not considering that 100 marks. Why? Because all together I have to evaluate for the 100 marks only at the end. But I have given 100 marks for midterm 1, midterm 200, and then end examination 100 marks. 300 marks I have conducted the examination for the same subject.
Okay, right.
Right? But for the
Test 3 and test 4 you have created as a dummy options to
yes, how much
incorporate
percentage?
that values.
30% are being considered from the midterm 1 that I am giving as a test 3.
Okay. Understood, sir. Understood.
Okay. Now, if it is greater than 90, greater than or is equal to 90, this is final, sir. Final percentage calculation we obtained here. Final. Okay. And if final is greater than or is equal to 90, just it will display A. Okay. It will display A. If this condition is satisfied, simply it will show A. Right? And what is the syntax, sir? If it is not satisfied, if this condition is not satisfied, then it will go for the second condition, that is else if condition. Okay. Again, it will check for this condition, means whether the given value is in between 80 and 90. 80 less than or is equal to final, and final is less than 90, means greater than 80 and it should be less than 90. Greater than or is equal to 80. Greater than or is equal to 80 and it should be less than 90, right? Less than 90. Then it will display grade B here, okay? And if it is satisfied, simply it will show B here, display B. If it is not satisfied, it will go for the next else if. It should be between less than or is equal to 70 and less than 80, right? Less than 80. And again it will go for the 60 to 70. And after completion of this 60 to 70, if it is less than 60, finally it has to show fail. So if this condition is not satisfied, then it will check for whether it is less than 60 or not. Yes, if it is less than 60, just it will show the failure. So with this, our program is ended, right? This is completely if loop. And now whatever the statements we have written here, final, right? These all are coming under this function only, final grade calculation function, okay? Now just I am trying to execute this function. You try in your systems also, sir, okay? Yes. Yeah. Yeah, syntax, sir. And actually we will take 2 times. In else if statement, we will take 2 times, sir, here. Just I am executing the program. Sir, you also execute in your system. Just I am running my code. Sir, it is asking you, what is your exam grade? Okay, the third one is coming. Sir, what is your test 1 grade? Okay. From the 2 conditional statement file, from the 2 conditional statements file, what is your test 1 grade? Is it visible? How much I have to give, sir? Sir, I am taking incremental order 60, 70, 80 I am considering. You also practically you try to calculate the percentage in some notes now. For midterm 1, 60% I am giving, sir. You got out of 100, 60%. In midterm 2, I am giving 70%. 60, 70. And then what is your exam grade? That is final examination grade, right? 80 I am giving. So it's calculated, it is giving you 70% overall. Overall 71% you are getting, sir. And if it is 71%, it is coming under C category, right? C grade. So your course grade is 71% and C grade, okay? So this is the way to find out the grading for your course, sir. And one more example I will explain here. This is the problem statement. Here in this problem, you will be writing a MATLAB script that will determine a person's blood pressure category, sir. BP category. The user will have to input his, her systolic or diastolic blood pressure readings. So we will give two input readings, sir. We will give two input readings. One is systolic, another one is the diastolic blood pressure reading. And the program will determine the user's category and then output the statement your blood pressure reading indicates, followed by the correct category. So these are the subcategories again. These two are the inputs, systolic and diastolic. If it is, your given input is 95, let us suppose it is a 95. Systolic is 95 and the diastolic is 70. Diastolic is 70. Two inputs you are giving. So it has to show the normal value here. Okay. So your systolic and diastolic blood pressures are 50 to 89 and 35 to 59. Then it comes under the low blood pressure. Low blood pressure. And if it is systolic is maintained between 90 and 119, diastolic is maintained between 60 and 79. It has to show the normal value, normal blood pressure you are having. And if it is bit increase now, 120 to 139, 80 to 89, it has to show pre-hypertension. 140 to 159, 90 to 99. It has to show stage 1, mild hypertension. 160 to 179, 100 to 109, stage 2. And at the end, very severe hypertension if it is maintained between 210 and 239. Okay. So this is the categorization. At the end, it will show this category. This is the output here. Okay. This is the output. These two are the inputs. It has to show these output now. And other requirements for your program should first check for invalid readings. Your program should check the invalid readings. What are the invalid readings? So it is started from 50 and then it's getting increased. It is started from 35 and it is getting increased. So from this only you are categorizing your data. But if you am giving some 20 value for both systolic and diastolic, it is not given, right? You cannot categorize based on the given input value. Then it has to show the error. Your program should first check for invalid readings. So then if you are giving some 20 and 20 in both the categories, it has to show the invalid reading. It has to show the message invalid reading and should output an error message for invalid readings. So in the, you have to give a printf command and it has to show the comment that invalid readings. Systolic and diastolic readings that fall below or above the readings. Fall below or above the. Fall below means less than these values or above these values. Okay. On the table indicate the user is neither in a coma or in severe medical stress or dead. So and if person's readings, put them into two different categories. The higher category should be selected. For example, someone with a blood pressure reading of 118 to 85 would be categorized as normal for systolic reading and a pre-hypertension for diastolic reading. So you have to follow this table only, sir. I need to read all this. So what are the inputs, sir? Inputs, systolic blood pressure and the diastolic blood pressure. Okay. What is the output? Category for the given inputs under which category he is falling. So in MATLAB, create a new M function and write your program. Is the program. Okay. Just I am commenting the first program now. It was already commented. Second program is already commented. Just I am uncommenting it. As we are dealing with this one only, so I am uncommenting it. Yes, it was uncommented. So start with the function. Start with the function. Function. This is the syntax. Output. You can give any name. And what are the inputs? System, systolic and diastolic. So I am writing sys and dias. Okay. Category is the output here. Now sys is the input, right? Sys is the input and dias is also input. These two are the inputs. So we will give input command, input syntax. This is the input. In the input of what you want to see on the screen while asking for a question. So it will ask you what is your systolic blood pressure. Okay, then you will give some value. And in the second input, what is your diastolic blood pressure? So it will ask you for the second input. After execution of your code, it will ask you for the second input. Now where we can start, sir? Now according to this, so if it is less than 50 and less than 35 here, it has to show the invalid reading. If it is less than 50 and less than 35, it has to show the invalid reading. So if sys is less than 50 or dias is less than 35. Why we are using R here, sir? Less than 50 is also a invalid reading for the systolic, and less than 35 for diastolic is also a invalid reading. So if you get any of these value, then it will show an error. So display command, you have to write display, it will display then error, please see doctor. Okay, error, please see doctor. Now if this condition is not satisfied, means if it is neither less than 50 nor less than 35, means it might be greater than 50 and greater than 35. So it is a valid rating only. Then you have to start your categorization. Okay. No. Else if this condition is not satisfied, it's coming here. Else if, now you start from here. System is less than or is equal to 89 and dias is less than or is equal to 59. System is less than or is equal to 89 and diastolic is less than or is equal to 59. Then what is the category, sir? It has to show hyper low blood pressure. Okay, hyper display your category is hyper low blood pressure. Now if this is not satisfied, means if this condition is not satisfied, then it has to check for the second one now, right? Else if systolic is less than or is equal to 119 and diastolic is less than or is equal to 79. Systolic is, you see the difference, here we are using the R, here we are using the AND. So if these two conditions are satisfied, then only it will show you this display message. Here if it satisfies with any one of these condition, it is showing the error. Okay. After this, again it will show the 119 and 79. 119 and 79, it will show the normal. Okay, it is showing the normal. And 139 to 89, it will show the pre-hypertension. Yeah, it is showing pre-hypertension. And then in the last but one stage, 209 to 119, severe hypertension. 209 to 119, severe hypertension. Okay. And if this condition is also not satisfied, then it will check for the last condition, less than or is equal to 239, less than or is equal to 135. Else if less than or is equal to 239 and less than or is equal to 135. Display your category. They are giving category only here. Okay. Then end. Then end. So just I am trying to execute my program. Once again, you carefully see the program, sir. So this is your program. Function category, BP category system, diastolic, input 1, input 2, and in a sequence we are writing an if-else program now. Okay. It is already shared with you. You can open in your system and you can check. Okay, and run the program now. What is your systolic blood pressure? What is your systolic blood pressure? Tell me some value, sir. I am taking 100 systolic, right? 100. And what is your diastolic blood pressure? I am taking some 60. 160. It has to, it is giving normal. Let's check whether the given program is correct or not. 100 is systolic, diastolic is 60. 100 is 100 is systolic. 100 is systolic here, and diastolic is 60 we have given. 60 we have given. So it is falling under this category. It is showing the value normal. Okay. So it's correct. And let's check with some other value also. Run. I am giving some 200. And the second one is 100. 200 and 100. So high BP. Right? Under stage 3, severe hypertension. So you can, if you recently have gone through your BP checkup, you can give your values and you can check your category. Okay. 200, 100. This is 200 category and 200 and 100. This is category. Stage 3 it is showing. Okay. Yes, sir. Here one more condition is given. If one is showing normal, sir, here one reading is in normal condition, but another one is at stage 3 now. Another one is stage 3 now. It means he is already under stage 3 only, okay, because of the crosser limits for the diastolic. So that condition also we are considering here. If a person has one reading that is normal and one reading in hypertension, they should be categorized as the hypertension now, okay? Low blood pressure. So this given input 200 and 100 na. This is 200 and this is 100. So one is under stage 3, another one is under stage 2. Means we can consider the stage 3 only then, right? So this is the way to categorize your blood pressure. And the first one is grading calculation, okay? Input first input, second input and the third input, and again modifying your gradings. You're considering test 3, test 4 and exam 2 as the input for final calculation. You are printing it and you are finding the grade from these if else if loops. Okay, right sir. So this is today's program. Now I will give you a problem, sir. So today only from our School of Engineering, this evaluation pattern is finalized. Okay, this evaluation pattern is finalized. So this is your scheme of evaluation. So previously we were having 30% weightage for the internal evaluation, and then midterm is 30% and in-term 40%. Okay, but now it has been changed. If you are having only theory subject, all assignment, quiz, presentation or case study or class participation, all together we are considering 20%. Okay, if you are having only theory subject, not like our IP or BEEE lab, you are not having lab for engineering science, right? So for such subjects, so this is the weightage. Okay, 20% for the all 4 cases, and midterm carries 20% and end term carries 40% and attendance also carries 10%. So altogether 10, 40, 20, 70. So it's a mistake then, 40, 60, it's coming to 40.
Only 90% there. 90%.
Yes, 90% only it's getting. Attendance is also considered. Okay, and we will see for theory and practical subject first. Assignment, quiz, presentation, case study, class participation 20%, and midterm is 20%, in-term is 40%, practical is 20%. Sir, it's matching with 100 na, here for the second case. Theory plus practical subject. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Leave about the first case then. You try to calculate. You try to write a program. So you have to mention all this for assignment, quiz, presentation, case study, and class participation. Instead of that, you can simply take assignment. Okay. For assignment, 20%, mid exam 20%, end exam 40%, practical 20. In that practical 20, again it is subdivided. 10% is completion, is for the completion of experiments, and remaining 10% is for the practical examination. So this is for our IP subject, sir. So you have to consider your course average calculation for IP subject, and the grading is also given, but this grading was I only prepared this grading from our previous example. So you can so this is for your reference. So you can consider this as your problem now, and you have to calculate IP grade percentage calculation from this given data, and grading also will be given with these conditions. It was before it was greater than or is equal to 90, it will show A here. Okay, but 10 percentage I have decreased. If it is less than 50%, then it should show the fail here, but in previous case it's different. If it is greater than or is equal to 90, it is showing A, and if it is less than 60, it will show fail, right? So this is the task for you for today. You try to solve it from your side. You can take a snapshot. Please note down, sir. For theory plus practical subject. So this is your task. Assignment 20%. Sir, you try to continue this program now. You try to sit for next 20 to 30 minutes, and if anyone finds a solution for this program, send it to me personally. I will check now itself up to some 20 minutes, 9:50 I will be here only. You try, just your code is ready already, right? You're readily available with you, this code. You can do the small modifications for your code and you can try to execute with this, right? Reading, it's completely done. Only small modifications you have to do for this program. You try to solve it now itself. Just I am stopping my record here.